is hopping with high hopes. Here in Fort Worth, TCU fans are feeling they could be a college football playoff sleeper. Coach Gary Patterson wasn't pleased with his defense in week 1, but he has a big scoring, fast, dynamic offense that's primed for prime time. Still, the big boss Razorback is ready for it. Brett Bielema is bringing his brand of ball to town. Arkansas has a top talent SEC defensive line and always a ground game that can run you down. It's the Hogs and the Frogs in a Big 12 SEC battle right now. 15th ranked TCU on their home turf where they've won 14 straight. Pleasant Texas night at Amon G. Carter Stadium. First road game for Arkansas. The Hogs have come to Fort Worth for the first time since 1991 when these two were Southwest Conference rivals. As we say good evening, everybody. Thrilled to be with you. Joe Tessitore, Todd Blackledge. We will say hello to Holly Rowe in just a second. Well, week 1, these two were supposed to dominate, Todd. They underperformed.
Yeah, Arkansas had to get a 4th and goal touchdown pass late in the 4th quarter to escape with a 1-point victory over Louisiana Tech. And here in Fort Worth, TCU gave up 461 yards and found themselves in a shootout well into the 4th quarter with South Dakota State before pulling away to win that one. So both teams won. That's the good news. The bad news, a lot of things to fix.
Here's what I love about college football compared to the homogenous NFL. Contrast in styles, and this game is the epitome of it.
Oh, we'll see it big time tonight. And the real thing I want to watch and feel in this game, which offensive team can impose their will on the other team. TCU is going to try to spread it out, play really fast, make it basketball on grass against this Arkansas defense. When the Hogs have the football, it's going to be tight ends, fullbacks, ground and pound and play action pass, wear that team down physically. Which team can impose their will on the other tonight?
There is Keon Hatcher. He's along with Dominique Reed back to return. The Cole Bunce kickoff as we are underway here in Fort Worth. And as always, Holly Rowe, our eyes and ears on the field. Good evening, Holly.
Well, good evening. For Austin Allen of Arkansas, he waited in the wings patiently for almost 3 years behind his older brother, Brandon Allen. Well, now this is his team, and he got off to a decent start last week. After throwing just 3 passes all of 2015, he connected on 69% of his passes last week. But he did have 2 turnovers that he'll have to clean up a little bit tonight. His brother, Brandon Allen, was at home watching the game, and he said, you know what, I was more nervous watching my little brother Austin lead this team than I was waiting to find out if I'd made the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll see how quick.
And the good news did come in for Big Brother in terms of making the NFL team. They will start on the ground with Raleigh Williams, who is wrapped up after a gain of maybe 2.5. Sammy Douglas with the tackle.
TCU's defense built to play in the Big 12, built for speed. They've got guys who can run all over. They're not particularly big along their defensive front. And that's why Arkansas wants to try to attack with their running game right at the speed.
Play action on 2nd and 7. Allen. And he's able to get that ball complete to Drew Morgan. Impact players are brought to you by Chick-fil-A. As always, Brett Bielema has a capable feature back. Williams excited to be back here in the Metroplex. 96 yards in week number 1. Drew Morgan, you saw him, a fiery vocal leader. But they could be disrupted by TCU's Josh Caraway, 11 career sacks.
Well, again, you see a little bit of what Arkansas likes to do offensively. Run power football in between the tackles and then either play action or bootleg.
Just a gain of maybe 1 that time for Williams. 4th season at Arkansas for Brett Bielema. Of course, he's familiar with going up against a Gary Patterson coach team. Rose Bowl rematch time.
Yeah, it was a great game. A 2-point victory for Wisconsin, or for TCU in that ball game.
Gary, his 16th year, the all-time winningest coach for the Frogs. Amazing what he has done over the past decade and a half. 2nd and 9, Williams on the pitch. Able to get to the outside, and he may break free. Raleigh Williams, welcome back to Dallas-Fort Worth, young man.
Well, this is a play Arkansas really likes. They have 2 wide receivers to that side of the field. Both the wide receivers are going to block into the formation, and they pull the tackle. Dan Skipper out to lead the play. Now, folks, that's a 6'10" left tackle that's moving like that. A very athletic big man who gets out there and gets the key block on the safety coming up to make the play.
Local kid from just outside of Dallas. Dad's a Dallas police officer. Williams, not much there at all. Ty Summers, who gives them a little more run support at linebacker with the tackle.
Little bigger linebacker. Normally, he's as the Mike linebacker. He's going to be in the middle of the formation. That time he was on the end of the line, read the play, and closed quickly for a short gain. Guys you have to be concerned with here now are the 2 defensive ends. Caraway and McFarland, outstanding pass rushers.
Allen to the end zone. Diving effort beyond Keon Hatcher as Denzel Johnson had coverage.
Well, McFarland was in there. His quickness got to the quarterback and forced the throw to be a little bit errant. Watch McFarland in a stand-up stance go right around the right tackle. Used his quickness, gets into the body of the quarterback, and it's hard to be accurate throwing that kind of a corner route with a guy hitting you right in the midsection.
So it'll be a 38-yard attempt for Cole Hedlund. He grew up right up the road in Argyle, Texas. Didn't have a field goal attempt last week. This his first attempt of the season. And the Hogs take a 3-0 lead here in Fort Worth. Stay with us. More primetime action to come your way at TCU. Field goal lead for Arkansas. Connor Lippert, who they traveled here to be a kickoff specialist, namely because he's left-footed. Gives them a different look and possibly a little stay away from the dangerous return man for TCU. And that's exactly what they're able to get as they get it to Deontay Gray. Try to stay away from Cavante Turpin, so they put in the lefty. Now there is Kenny Hill, who had the sensational statistical debut last week, Todd.
Absolutely. Played very well. It was the first time that he was the starting quarterback at TCU. And the coaches were very interested to see how he would just deal with everything being in a game. They saw him in practice, and the biggest thing they took away, yeah, he threw for some yards, he ran for 3 touchdowns, but he threw 2 interceptions early, and his ability to shake it off and his demeanor through the game really was the most impressive thing last week.
Empty set to open things up for Hill, the transfer from Texas A&M.
Quick release, accurate thrower.
And incomplete as he was looking for Kyle Hicks.
Again, Arkansas offensively is a team that wants to pound. They're going to huddle. They're going to take their time, possess the football. There's Kenny Hill's dad, former Major League Baseball pitcher.
As the runner-up for the Cy Young back in '94. Kyle Hicks looking for some room there. Will make for a 3rd and 7. At the Chick-fil-A impact players, and TCU, of course, has plenty of downfield threats, including Taj Williams, one you should know, had 11 catches last week. Most explosive player on either side, likely Cavante Turpin. And Dietrich Wise, 7.5 sacks in his last 5 games for the Hogs. 3rd and 7. As Hill is able to get it to Ty Slanina. 8 yards and a first down for the Frogs.
Really nice awareness by Slanina of where the sideline was. How close he was. The throw was well thrown to the outside. Slanina gets the 1 foot in for the first down.
Up tempo is TCU as always in recent years. Quick screen to Hicks. And Hicks has room and steps out at the 43.
Nice block by Desmond White, number 10. He's not a very big slot receiver, but he got the key block on Andre Tolliver, the corner, to turn that into an 8-yard gain.
Quick over the ball. Hill sprinting to the near side. And a diving effort that time by Emmanuel Porter. 14-yard reception. TCU on the move.
Porter actually fell down, coming out of his route, was able to get back up and continue to come back to the football, which you like to see receivers do.
First down at the 26. This is Deontay Gray. And Gray gets free, loses the ball at the end there. Arkansas football.
Really a well-designed run. He picked up a beautiful block by Slanina. But at the end of the play, a little bit of a face mask. He just dropped the ball. There could have been a face mask penalty possibly called before the fumble right there. But before he hits the ground, the ball comes out.
It was Jeremy Ledbetter forcing it out. As the big guy was tracking downfield and came up with a big play, and it looked like Dre Greenlaw recovered that. But a costly turnover as Gray was setting up what would have been a first and goal. Now Austin Allen trying to create some breathing room. Cody Walker right at the line of the scrimmage that time. As Braylon Mitchell and others getting to him. Chris Bradley in on the play.
A sudden change opportunity now for the TCU defense. What Gary Patterson wants to see out of this group is to get a 3 and out here. Your offense had some momentum. They turned the ball over, but you have a chance to maintain a field position edge if you get a good defensive possession here. First down, job accomplished. 2nd and 10 now for Arkansas.
Play action from his end zone, Allen. And able to get it complete for a first down to the reliable Drew Morgan, an 11-yard reception.
A safe pass because it's max protection. You got one receiver on that side. It's inside technique by the corner, and you're throwing the out route. And you got a receiver that you have tremendous confidence in Drew Morgan. That's a beautiful route. Got the yardage and still was able to come back to the football to secure the catch. Well, one thing I think we're going to see out of Arkansas this possession is a deep throw down the field. Dominic Reed is their speed guy.
Williams nowhere to go. Tejada did a really nice job coming from that corner spot.
Yeah, he did. And Tejada is a guy who a year ago only got to play in 3 games before an injury. Was a freshman All-American the year before that. This Gary Patterson defense last year was decimated by injuries. The bad news is they had to play a bunch of young guys. The good news is they still found a way to win 11 games, and all those guys have experience coming into this year. That's why you're able to move guys from one safety position to the other, a linebacker to safety. Very versatile guys on that defense.
Play action as he's able to get it to Johnson, the fullback, out to midfield. Good gainer that time with Hayden Johnson, 18 yards.
See, just so few teams in college football use a fullback. This is a freshman, number 32. He's been blocking the whole game. Now he slips out. It kind of fools the linebacker. Summers, number 42 on that play, and it's an easy throw and catch. And you got to give the big dog a bone every now and then if you want him to keep knocking his head in there and block for the lead running plays that Arkansas likes to use.
Here is Jeremy Sprinkle. Stiff arm, good block, and a good gainer as it was Dominic Reed helping out Jeremy Sprinkle.
See, this is all set up by the running of Raleigh Williams. Their ability to run the football sets up everything that Dan Enos likes to call in the pass game. Play action. That time it was a bootleg, a naked bootleg. No blocking protection out there, but because of that fast pursuit of the TCU defense, Sprinkle able to turn it into a big play.
There is Williams. Holly told you about the scary season-ending neck injury. He is back to business this season. Wiggling his way inside the 20. As we come to the end of the first quarter, Arkansas on the move again. Raleigh Williams already 58 yards here at TCU. A good one on college football primetime, presented by Hampton by Hilton. Look at the time of possession in that first quarter.
Yeah, playing the script.
Williams' ball. Williams able to get through that first line of defense.
You know, just to go back to that, it was interesting. Arkansas won the toss. Brett Bielema chose to take the football. You know, normally he's probably going to play defense, but he takes the football with the idea of let's establish right now that we want to possess the football. We want to impose our will on this fast TCU defense in their building. And they were able to do that. They only have a 3-point lead, but they're knocking on the door again and controlling the tempo of this football game.
This time Sprinkle's going to be in the bunch on the near side here on 3rd and goal.
The difference between 2nd and 3rd is now they're thinking past TCU's defense.
Allen was pressured and just burned it.
Tried to throw a screen. Tried to set up a screen to Raleigh Williams. It was blown up by Aaron Curry. But again, on 2nd down, play action near the goal line is more effective because the defense is thinking 50-50 run pass. 3rd down, they're thinking pass more about 80-20 at that point.
From the hold of Matt Emmerich is Cole Hedlund, who made from 38 earlier, this from 27. And he splits it. Allen thought he could have got more, but they'll take a 6-0 lead here in Fort Worth. Here's the lefty Lippert again. But this time they put Turpin on that side smartly. And here goes Turpin. And that's why he's so effective. Holly?
Well, Kenny Hill for TCU is starting in his first year here at the school, but he's already beaten Arkansas once. That's when he was a redshirt freshman at Texas A&M. He downed the Arkansas Razorbacks. But, you know, he's had to reinvent himself after starting those games, getting off to a good start at Texas A&M. Things fell apart. He got fired from his job and transferred. Gary Patterson, though, met with his mom and dad and said, look, let's let everything die down. He went to junior college, focused on his academics, really got things going in the right direction and matured. And his offensive coordinator, Doug Meacham, says, all the stuff I read about him before, I haven't seen that kid here. He's been nothing but great.
Yeah, Holly, it seems like that's all in the rear view mirror now, as Kyle Hicks is taken down by Beanham.
Well, and the thing that Kenny Hill has to feel good about, and Gary Patterson and everybody on the TCU sideline right now, is even though they're down 6-0, and even though Arkansas kind of worked that first quarter exactly the way they want, because they had to settle for 2 field goals, 1 quick strike touchdown by this TCU offense, and they're in front with a made extra point. So the game is still very much the way they want it to be.
2nd and 7. Hill. Quick ball to Gray, and that'll be a Horned Frog first down. 7 completions, 7 different receivers.
You get a first down, and then you can play hurry up. You can't play with fast tempo until you make some first downs, and now they can go.
Hill distributing it well. Quickly getting it to the side to Slanina, and he is taken down by Coley and Ellis.
Slanina out of East Bernard, Texas, one of 4 wide receivers on this team that were high school quarterbacks. 6 defensive players for Gary Patterson were high school quarterbacks. I think he likes to recruit those guys, huh?
He likes ball skill guys, gamers, and here he is again to the 40-yard line, a first down. He had 4 touchdown passes in the Texas State High School Championship.
Really nice job with a pump fake by Kenny Hill. It really fooled the middle linebacker Brooks Ellis and opened up a slot right behind him.
Hill tried to find Hicks underneath.
Pretty good coverage, just a 3-man rush by Arkansas. Again, trying to make Kenny Hill throw the ball underneath. You want to take it quick. Kenny Hill is a guy, he's got that, a little bit of that. He's a very confident guy. He wants to make big plays down the field. You want to force him to take everything underneath.
He's trying to extend the play, and Brooks Ellis, pick 6, will it be? Yes! How about that? Big man with big plans in the end zone. Pick 6, Brooks Ellis.
The last 2 plays in this possession, Kenny Hill tried to hit his back out of the backfield, working on the linebacker Ellis. Ellis has started a lot of ball. He's the leader of this defense, and he's got his eyes locked right on Kenny Hill. The ball's thrown behind Hicks. It kind of floats in the air, and Brooks Ellis makes a great break on it. But 2 plays in a row, Brooks Ellis was guarding the back, Hicks coming out of the backfield. That time he turned it into a touchdown.
Tyrod Johnson gave some pressure. Kenny Hill made a poor choice, and then Brooks Ellis housed it. 45-yard interception return, touchdown Hogs. Brooks Ellis, prior to going to fall camp to get ready for the season, he went to Belize and studied biology. This is a high academic senior. He's had an outstanding career. What a big moment in a big spot. .21 seconds remain for Kenny Hill without a timeout. Kyle Hicks gets around the edge and then out with 16 seconds remaining.
.202 total yards now for TCU. Last week they had over 600 in their win against South Dakota State.
Once again, Hicks has 9 ticks remain.
Well, you got time to maybe throw one more quick out, or quick throw, and then take one shot towards the end zone. Can't get it to the end zone from here, but one more quick completion, maybe you can.
There's the completion, and you'll get the temporary stoppage with 3 seconds, which is critical because of spiking the ball to stop the clock after a temporary stoppage. You have to have a minimum of 3 or more seconds. That was critical to have that on the clock there, right, Bill?
On the money. You have to have 3 seconds or more once the clock stops, and it's going to start again. If the clock had been running, then it's up to the timer. But good call by the officials and a good spike.
That was a rule that was put in a few years ago. Hill. He launches it. And it was batted down. TCU scoreless at home in the first half. An Arkansas kind of game on a busy day of college football, as we will send it back to Adnan, the pride of the Ryerson Rams, and the Buick halftime report. Take it away, gentlemen.
Well, Coach, your time of possession in that first half, no turnovers. How does that formula play in your favor?
That's part of our DNA. For us to work well, that's what's got to happen. They went a little old school. They're actually submarining at our feet at the line of scrimmage. Took our guys a series or two to adjust. Defensively, keep the ball in front of us. He's really good at halftime adjustments. We'll change things up, come out blazing in the second half.
You've had a couple of issues where the speed of their players has gotten outside. How do you contain that speed a little better?
Well, I think on the perimeter, we got to make sure we secure our edges. I do think they got outside. We had 2 long scrambles with Kenny. We got to make sure we build that trap. I think we do that. We're in a good shape.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
13-zip Arkansas on top of number 15 TCU. Brooks Ellis with the big play in the first half. 47-yard interception return for a touchdown. Those 2 turnovers, TCU was driving inside the 10 and then giving up the pick 6.
Absolutely. That's the difference in the ball game, because TCU's defense that struggled last week against South Dakota State after the initial possessions has settled down. They've kind of gotten their hands around this Arkansas offense, but their offense, TCU, has to take care of the ball. And I still think I made this comment right before the end of the half. They've got to take some shots down the field. They got to try to stretch this Arkansas defense vertically and use those tall receivers to try to make some plays down the field.
Moments ago, Holly with Coach P.
Well, Coach Patterson, we talked about time of possession can be an outdated stat, but what concerns you about not having enough long drives in this first half?
It doesn't matter. You got to score points. You turn the ball in the red zone and through a pick 6. You don't do that, it's 6-0. So, you know, we got to come out. We had things called that actually should have taken. We've got to tackle better defensively, and when we've got a better call, they got to make it work. And offensively, we got to quit hurting ourselves, and we got to make something happen in special teams.
Well, let's see if they get a chance to make something happen on special teams. They've got a dangerous return man. Arkansas has had a strategy to play keep away from Cavante Turpin. He's back there with Deontay Gray. That is Connor Lipper, the lefty kickoff specialist for Arkansas. Line drive knuckler that bounces inside the 10, finally picked up by Turpin, allowing the kick coverage team to come down and find him.
Well, this has been the difference in the ball game so far. The first turnover, a fumble after a nice run that took him inside the 10-yard line. Looked like TCU was going to get on the scoreboard. Instead, they turn it over. Then Kenny Hill with the poor throw behind his intended receiver, Hicks. And Brooks Ellis not only picks it, but takes it to the end zone.
Look at the difference that a week makes.
A little different opponent, for one thing. The biggest thing.
Here's Hicks testing that left side. You know, they got a lot of respect for that Arkansas front 7, especially the talent they put on the defensive line. Guys like Ledbetter, you see him there. Dietrich Wise, Taiwan Johnson, a lot of experienced, talented defensive linemen. Up tempo as out to the edge is Turpin.
Nice block by Taj Williams. Again, I still think they got to find a way to get number 2 involved in their offense. Last week, 11 catches, 158 yards and a touchdown. He's yet to even have a ball targeted at him tonight. Junior college transfer, he still maybe is not completely up to par on the whole offense, but a playmaker for sure.
First down for Kenny Hill and the Frogs. Over the middle, and that was thrown behind Slonina, but he was able to come down with it. 18-yard reception for Ty Slonina.
And they tried to stretch this defense a little bit. They had vertical routes on the outside, and Slonina came in the middle.
Hill steps up against pressure and then is taken down by Dietrich Weiss Jr. And Dietrich is a very interesting guy. Had a great conversation with him the other day, Todd.
Well, Ledbetter is the first guy that's going to force Kenny Hill to move in the pocket, and then he has no awareness of where Wise is. We had Dietrich Wise as a guy that has just gotten better and better through his career here at Arkansas, and comes up with a big sack there.
Told us he feels like this defensive line is the best that they've ever had. 2nd and 14. Underneath is White, and White gets it out to the 46. Kenny Hill on 3rd and 9. First down, John Diarse, the transfer from LSU.
Really nice protection that time for Kenny Hill. He stays in the pocket. 3-man route on that side. Diarse finds a nice hole in between the two defenders.
Here's White now. And he can't get free that time, as Ramsey came over and made the tackle.
Very important drive right here for TCU. Right out of the locker room. Holly talked about the halftime adjustments for Gary Patterson and the offense. Doug Meacham, Sonny Cumbie right now. They've got a nice drive going, but they've got to pay it off with points. And that starts with taking care of the football.
Hill, he's got Hicks, and Hicks maintains his balance and fights his way for a 1st and goal TCU.
There was a play fake, but Hicks really wasn't close enough, but they still got it.
Here's Hicks now. Touchdown, Frogs!
Well, this was everything TCU wants to do. Score on their first possession of the 3rd quarter, and they did it the TCU way. First, it was a throw to Hicks. Fooled the Arkansas defense. Then they hurried up and lined up and used their tempo and got the running play called before Arkansas was set. And Hicks, on his 2nd time he touches it, gets it in the end zone.
Joe Todd and Holly here in Fort Worth with a good opening drive for the home team on a whiteout night when they're wearing all black with chrome metallic purple helmets. Cole Bunce to kick away. And this is Dominique Reed. And Reed trying to get his way out to the 30-yard line. 13-7, Arkansas on top here.
Good spot for a play action throw down the field here for Arkansas.
And here's Allen. And he connects with Drew Morgan. Good looking play for the Razorbacks.
You know, you just got the feel from about the middle of the 2nd quarter on that this TCU defense was starting to squeeze Arkansas's offense. They started to get a read. They started to get more penetration around the line of scrimmage, becoming more aggressive in their run defense. And that opens them up for bootlegs and play action and some big chunk plays down the field. That was a good call during that extended timeout between possessions by Dan Enos.
On the pitch, here's Williams. And he was ridden down by Sammy Douglas. Austin Allen, the little brother. Brandon Allen now in the NFL with Jacksonville. His father Bobby's on the Arkansas staff. Their director of high school and NFL relations, his 19th year as part of the Razorbacks. Allen to pass again. Pressure was coming as he released it and right into the hands of Jeremy Sprinkle. How about those last 2 strides by Sprinkle to track down that pass?
Well, first of all, a great job by the right tackle, Colton Jackson, just taking McFarland out around the quarterback. Watch McFarland come on the rush, and Colton's going to take him out around the quarterback, just enough time to make that throw, and Sprinkle gets the foot down. The wingspan to go up and make the catch and extend, and a beautiful throw on the out route. That's 2 beautiful throws in a row by Austin Allen. One counted, the other one didn't.
Williams, good leg drive for +11, and another first down for the Hogs.
Very smart use of pass protection for Arkansas as well when they throw. They're going max protection, and then they come right back to their power run game. Nice lead block in there by Austin Cantrell, number 44, redshirt freshman tight end. And when they throw, they're throwing with max protection. So it's either a 2-man route or a 3-man route at the most. Backs both stay in.
Williams getting 2 yards beyond the original line of scrimmage, pre-penalty.
Arkansas well within field goal range at this point. Be smart with the football if you're Austin Allen. Again, we're in that situation where second down in this part of the field. Maybe a little better down to throw if you want to take a chance at a play action.
To the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Drew Morgan.
What a beautiful throw by Austin Allen. A back shoulder throw to the corner of the end zone. And he was in perfect sync with Drew Morgan. Play action, bootleg, it holds the defense. And watch this throw to the outside shoulder. Drew Morgan even got grabbed by the defender, Gladney, still able to separate and make the catch.
And back to a 13-point lead. Under 4.5 remaining here in the third. 15th ranked team in the country is in a hole. Drew Morgan, his first touchdown catch of the year. Can you believe what's going on early in the season here with LSU? Right now we've got another SEC team that feels a whole lot better. Arkansas with a 20-7 lead here at TCU. TCU team that was a very trendy pick to win the Big 12. Turpin's going to make a decision. And it was a pretty good one.
Sure was. No. Great job.
Drew Morgan had the touchdown moments ago, Holly.
Well, Drew Morgan with that touchdown reception has become one of the real leaders of this Arkansas team. We saw him in the pregame. When the Hogs came out, he got the team fired up. I asked him, what was your message to your teammates in that moment? He said that we have to be resilient. We're a team that has struggled on the road. When we have faced adversity, sometimes we folded. But when the tough times come, we have to answer. And he did just that after TCU had pulled closer.
I don't think his teammates mind his hairstyle as much as you do, Holly.
I hate the man bun.
Holly's very outspoken, anti-man bun.
I told him I hate the man bun, and he said, well, my mom hates it too, but the ladies love it. So I guess if the ladies like it, I'm going to have to back off.
Came up big in the overtime thriller against Ole Miss last year. Had 3 touchdowns. Came up big here in the third quarter tonight.
Very
pushed the lead
confident
back
guy.
to 13.
Yeah, he's a very confident guy. Kind of rose to the occasion last year because of injuries, and just has played at a very, very high level.
As Hill reads this, pulls it, tries to get to the outside, puts down his shoulder and fights for an extra yard.
That's a pretty tough run by Kenny Hill. I think Kenny Hill feels a sense of urgency right now as the leader of this offense. They've got to answer. You know, they really need to answer. Arkansas, allow that TCU defense to rest a little bit more, figure a few things out here in the latter part of the third quarter, and keep this drive going.
Trying to convert a 3rd and 5.
Still no throws to Taj Williams.
First down as he finds Slanina again. The fours are up. Third quarter comes to an end.
Third quarter.
TCU in a 13-point hole. Arkansas looking for a strong road win against number 15. Joe Tessitore, Todd Blachowicz, Holly Rowe, as it is Gary Patterson and Brett Bielema Part 2. Remember 5.5 years ago, the Rose Bowl, when Big Brett was at Wisconsin. TCU got the best of him then. Up tempo, Hill downfield, wide open is Turpin. Cavante Turpin, first and goal, TCU.
Well, they really set this one up. They're going to fake the wide receiver screen to the outside to Hicks. And it fooled the Arkansas defense. And Turpin went streaking through the middle of the defense.
And now streaking down the field to line up and snap it here. Derek Green, big man, down inside the one. Picked up a nice block. Returning the favor was Collins that time. The grad transfer from Michigan.
Well, and they pulled Collins the tackle.
Hill on the quarterback sneak as he is held short. It'll be third and goal from inside the one. Kyle Hicks is back in at running back here on third and goal as Ken and Lori Hill, Kenny's parents, look on. And they close the gap here. Into the end zone, Kenny Hill.
Great block by Hicks. When you run the quarterback by design, you pick up an extra blocker. That extra blocker is Hicks. Watch his block right here, the cut block that enables Hill to get it into the end zone. Beautiful execution of the cut block and an easy touchdown for Kenny Hill.
And all of a sudden you look up and you see just a 6-point game. Missed field goal on one end. And then TCU, Kenny Hill to Cavante Turpin. 57-yard reception set them up. And Hill brought it home. We got a close one all of a sudden down here in Texas. As the 15th ranked team is close to 6, Todd.
Maybe the biggest play of the game so far, the pass to Turpin. Now watch this. Turpin's going to come out here, or Hicks is going to come out and fake the screen. Turpin's going to run out down the seam. These two defenders are both going to go for the fake screen. Beautifully executed, perfect timing, and nobody picked up Cavante Turpin running down the seam of the defense. Well executed, and that set up the touchdown run by Hicks, and TCU right back in the football game.
And Reed is taken down at about the 23. I think about what was said to us the other day about Hill not having that panic button. Seemed pretty comfortable trailing on that last drive. Here's Williams now, and now look at how active Coach Patterson's front is against Williams all of a sudden.
Trevone Howard with the big play behind the line of scrimmage. Again, they've been very aggressive in the run game on first down. And when they get those negative yardage plays on first down, it really knocks Arkansas off schedule.
Howard's tackle, a loss of 3. Second and 13. Wow. Allen gets it complete that time to Reed.
It's a tough throw. I mean, that's a long throw. That ball's in the air a long time. Throwing from the right hash, the out route to the left sideline. Perfect timing, hits him on his way out of the break. Dominic Reed doesn't get the first down because he has to come back to the football. If he doesn't do that, he doesn't get the catch and give him a chance here on 3rd and short.
Here's a big spot, but they are built for it. 3rd and 2. Gonna pass on 3rd and 2. He got blasted there. That's an incomplete pass. But Sammy Douglas came in, targeting Allen.
It's an incomplete forward pass. 4th down.
Sammy Douglas has done this all night. Timing when he comes on a blitz, when he comes under pressure. Times it, comes clean, right to the quarterback. Allen never saw it. And fortunately, he got rid of the football before the contact, or that would have certainly been a fumble.
That's more of the Gary Patterson type ball they've become accustomed to through the years. Drives this downfield. Turpin from the 16. And they're able to take him down. Did he maintain his balance? This is still a live play. Out to midfield. And it was Toby Baker, the punter, who had to track him down. 5'9", 153-pound Cavante Turpin.
You just got to wrap him up. I mean, they had bodies down there and arms around him, but nobody wrapped him up and took him to the ground.
That was just his hand on the ground, and he kept the feet going. Watch his feet here.
On the field of the runner not down is under further review.
Watch the leg drive, and you tell me, does a knee touch the ground? That's just tremendous effort there, Todd.
Tremendous effort and poor tackling by Arkansas on a guy that's not that hard to get to the ground, strength and size-wise. And he ends up getting it out to midfield.
Kenny Hill finds him again. Here goes Turpin time.
They're going to go hurry up, too. They're going to go right now and snap the ball as fast as they can.
First and goal. After a 43-yard reception by Cavante Turpin. Hicks, touchdown Frogs. We're all tied up.
Great block by the center, Schlottman, on that touchdown run. And just like that, TCU with a chance to take the lead. Beautiful call on the long pass to Turpin. It was a double move that really fooled the Arkansas defense, and a beautiful throw under pressure by Kenny Hill.
And Ryan Graff, the redshirt freshman walk-on, gives TCU a 21-20 lead.
Brett Bielema told us this guy is dangerous. We have to do a great job on Turpin. They have not here late in the ball game. And then watch this play. Turpin is going to go and just go a hitch and go. Kenny Hill is going to get hit as he throws, but the little hitch and go, it's open. Kenny Hill throws it while he's getting hit, and Turpin makes another big play for this TCU team. And then Schlottman, number 51. Look at that block right in the middle of the play, and Hicks runs right off of his hip into the end zone. Wow. What a turnaround. Last week, with 6:37 left in the game, Arkansas scored a touchdown to take a 21-20 lead that they eventually held on to win. Now they got to play comeback again.
Down short of the 20. Now, can the Hogs settle in here, make something happen, and stop this unraveling? Allen nearly intercepted that time by Nick Orr. Oh, was that dangerous?
Well, the fact that Austin Allen couldn't throw that on time, he had to kind of double clutch and reload, and when he threw it the second time, it almost got picked up. Ball hung in the air a little bit, and a nice break on the ball by Orr. And Austin Allen very lucky that one didn't get intercepted.
Not much there as Josh Caraway and the rest of the Frogs were able to get to Williams.
Well, third down and long. They're taking Keon Hatcher out of the game. A little surprising to me. Drew Morgan, your go-to receiver in this kind of situation. He's down at the bottom of the screen.
Incomplete as he was looking for Drew Morgan.
Deep in route. Good man-to-man coverage by Tejada. Throw a little bit low, but excellent coverage by TCU.
I'm not sure what Cavante Turpin can do for an encore, but we're about to find out. Toby Baker from 2 yards into his own end zone will be punting away with over 6 minutes to play. As the directional punt crosses midfield. Derek Green testing that Hogs front. Greenlaw with the tackle. Under 6 minutes to play. TCU with a 1-point lead.
Interesting to see how TCU handles this now. They've battled back. They've got the lead. Will they slow their tempo down some and use clock? Will they stay aggressive throwing the football?
Hill looking for the design quarterback run, and he has a first down and more. Good patience for Kenny Hill. Chose correctly. 11-yard run.
Well, he's thrown for 336. He's run for 72. And here of late, I mean, he is just running the show for TCU. Very calm, good composure, and he's making big plays.
Saw Dad, the former All-Star Game starting pitcher when he was with the Texas Rangers, proudly looking on. This second act in the college career of Kenny Hill. Looking downfield to the end zone for Porter. He was covered by Pulley.
Yep. Good coverage by Pulley. Ball was a little bit inside, and that enabled Pulley to make a nice play on the football. Pulley needs to come out of the game. See, if that ball's over the outside shoulder, Porter has a better chance of separating from the smaller defender and making the catch.
Inside pass to White.
Big play right here.
Third down, critical moment for the Arkansas defense. Rob Smith, the coordinator.
You have to, again, be concerned about the running of Kenny Hill. Again, fresh bodies in. But if you rush Kenny Hill, you better rush him with discipline.
3rd and 7. On the slant, there is Slanina. Time and time again, one of his favorite targets. 16-yard reception and a first down for TCU.
Just a great job by Kenny Hill getting his feet set quickly and delivering the ball accurately. That's a timing throw on the little quick slant. Get the snap, set your feet, drive into the ball, and a big 3rd down conversion.
Derek Green inside the 10.
And the thing that I'm impressed with Kenny Hill, as much as anything, the same thing Doug Beacham said to us yesterday, his demeanor, his poise. Makes a mistake, doesn't panic, has short-term memory, comes right back out, slinging it around. And he has shown that tonight. I like his body language. I like the look in his eyes. I like his control and his composure out there.
Green wrapped up by Beanham. 3rd and 1. Just to think, Todd, where it was not long ago with Arkansas knocking on the door. They had the lead. They attempt the field goal. It's a 20-7 game. Could have been 27-7. Instead, they have to attempt the field goal. Goes off the upright, opens the door, just keeps the door open a bit
just
for
a little
TCU.
Bit. And I even go back even further, Joe. We talked about this in the first half, in the first quarter, when Arkansas had control of the game, but they had to settle for field goals. We made the comment, you're not going to beat TCU by just kicking field goals. You got to score touchdowns when you get opportunities because of how explosive this team is.
3rd and 1.
You got Hill or Hicks running it here.
And here is Hill. Same play he scored on, and he scores again just to the other side. Flag came in there. Mark Curls, our SEC referee, Big 12 upstairs.
After the score, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 7 offense. The touchdown counts. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff. This was number 9's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
Up over 521 yards of offense now.
We got an 8-point margin all of a sudden. Still a 1-possession game with 2 minutes and 5 seconds to play. Arkansas will have a chance to try to tie this game as Dan Enos and the gang gathers.
Last week, Arkansas only managed 297 yards of total offense. Right now, they're sitting at 291 with their last potential possession of the ball game right here.
And remember, they're going to be kicking off from the 20-yard line because of the throat slash and the penalty called after Hill's antics. And it is a line drive fielded by Reed. And Reed's all the way out past the 40-yard line just like that. For now, the spotlight is on Austin Allen and the Hogs. They got $1:59 to play with. Can they get it done? Here's Morgan. Stiff arm, stays on his feet. And then spun down as the clock will continue to run as he's out to the 48.
Pretty good job by Allen to avoid a negative play or a sack and to get something on that first down play, but it took a lot of time because it was a long crossing route.
Allen. Complete. Drew Morgan. Look at this. Inside the 30.
So now the clock stops till they reset the change. And I think Drew Morgan's got cramps now as well.
24-yard reception. Holly has been on top of this story with the conditions here. Look at this time.
Well, again, perfect timing. A long throw from one hash mark to the opposite sideline. And Tejada slipped. He misjudged the ball and took a bad angle, and that enabled Morgan to turn it upfield and add yardage. And Joe, just like you mentioned, because of the penalty on Kenny Hill, they kicked from the 20, they returned it to the 40, and in 2 plays, they're at the 35-yard line, or the 30-yard line of TCU, the 28-yard line, I should say.
Allen, complete inside the 20 to Cornelius, out of bounds, and a first down.
Beautiful throw again. Protection was there. They got the yardage back. Austin Allen showing poise in the pocket. The crossing route, that was Cornelius working on Trevone Howard in man coverage. And then he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. And now you can even think about running here, Joe, because you still have a minute 9 and a timeout. So you don't have to throw every down here if you're Arkansas. You can pick your spot when you may want to run the football.
Allen. Touchdown, Arkansas, Keon Hatcher.
Anthony Tejada in coverage just got turned completely around, almost got screwed into the dirt. Right here is the one-on-one. It's just a corner route, and Tejada is just going to get spun around and can't get out of his break to make a play on the football.
A 2-point conversion away from tying this game. Here we go, folks. Will they cap off a wild fourth quarter? Reverse to pass. Allen. Wow! Touchdown, Arkansas. I mean, Brett Bielema pulled everything out that time.
You said reverse. That was a double reverse. 2 handoffs and then a pass for the 2-point conversion. You got to time it up and get the ball to Morgan, and then he's going to get it to Hatcher. Very difficult to execute, even though this is their 2-point play that they work on. 2 exchanges, and then a left-handed throw by Hatcher, and a catch by the quarterback, Austin Allen. That is unbelievably well done.
Partner, you're living good, my friend. You got Texas Notre Dame, and you just got that to tie this thing at 28. Fun nights in college football. Don't we have them, folks? 28-28 after TCU was so explosive with 3 consecutive touchdown drives. And then Arkansas, with one last desperate chance, ties up the game.
You know, and I don't want to take away anything about how well Kenny Hill played in this game, particularly in the second half and the fourth quarter. But that mistake that he made, which he made twice and only got called once because he did it on the touchdown before, but that was so costly, and you just can't afford to make that kind of a mistake.
Let me tell you something else that may be costly. Do you remember TCU having to use some timeouts earlier?
Yeah.
3 of them. They're empty. They got 63 seconds and opportunity, and they don't have any timeouts. But then they have that guy. Turpentine, they call him. Cavante Turpin, who has been dynamic in every way in this fourth quarter. And what will he offer here? How about this?
Oh,
Turpin.
Goodness.
Inside the 30. I've seen it all. Cavante Turpin every which way.
just don't even know why you kick it anywhere near him. Squib it, do something. Don't let him get his hands on the ball. It's not like he even needs a lot of blocks. He's so fast.
A 64-yard return. Bielema can't believe it, but now must face the reality. The ball's already on the 27 for the Frogs.
And remember, no Jaden Oberchrome for TCU if you're thinking about a game-winning field goal. So does that mean you get aggressive and try for a touchdown here if you're TCU?
Here's Hill going for it. Caught! Emmanuel Porter, diving effort. Flag is down. Officials are talking it over.
Illegal touching. Number 1 offense went out of bounds on his own. Came back in and was first to touch the pass.
They say he wasn't forced out, Todd.
Wow. Second down.
It was an odd play because 2 receivers were in the same area. This is Porter here, and Slanina is on the inside. They're going to end up in the same area. Does Porter run out of bounds on his own? It looked like he stepped out on about his 3rd step, was not forced out, and then was the first to touch the football.
So it's second down. Crowd thought they had the go-ahead. Frogs thought they had the go-ahead. More work to be done by Kenny Hill. He's going to run it. Remember, no timeouts. Ledbetter rolls them down. It'll be 3rd down. And we already detailed the potential kicking issues for TCU. He's going to run it again. Can he get the first down? He does. That'll stop the clock temporarily.
So now they can spike it. Because they got the first down, it'll stop temporarily. They can spike the ball to stop the clock and then huddle or call the play that they want.
There's the clocking of the ball. 21 seconds remain. That young man, Ryan Graff, a redshirt freshman. Last week, he kicked a 32-yarder. His only attempt. Jaden Oberchrome is gone. He had been a TCU recent legend, hitting 79 field goals in his career. The holder is Adam Nunez, the punter. Matt Boggs to snap, and Graff for the go-ahead. A 28-yard attempt. It is blocked. Arkansas's big men come up big. It may have been Wise who got up there. Austin Allen wipes the brow. Shock here in Fort Worth, and still 28-28 on the board.
I think it was Dan Skipper. I think they put Dan Skipper in the middle of that field goal block unit, the 6'10" offensive tackle, and I think Dan Skipper is the guy that's going to get his hands up. Watch right in the middle, number 70. Yep,
it was
left hand by Dan Skipper.
6'10" left tackle coming in on field goal block. And with that height,
there were 2 guys up higher than him that would have had a chance if he doesn't get it.
Oh, I like this kind of party.
Oh, my goodness.
We got a clock running down to double zeros. Get that Cobra stance down, my friend. We got more football to play. We got a big Saturday night in Fort Worth ahead. 28-28. High drama still to come down here at TCU. You know, these teams should do it more often. They haven't played since '91 when they were both in the Southwestern Conference. Now we got SEC and Big 12 putting on the show of the day in college football. 28-28, and here's how we got to overtime, Todd.
Well, watch Dan Skipper get the block, but watch behind him. Jeremy Sprinkle's up even higher than him. If he doesn't get it, Sprinkle's going to get it. That's excellent execution, but right in the middle, the push and the jump by the 6'10" captain, Skipper. And we live to play overtime.
Now what will overtime offer up? We'll start on the ground as Williams takes it inside the 20, taken down by Summers.
For Arkansas, the key in this possession, and really any possession for them, stay on schedule. Try to avoid the negative plays, because this is an offense that's built on staying on schedule. TCU's defense, a pressure, fast, stunting defense, is built on creating negative plays.
2nd and 4. Fake the pitch. And that had nowhere to go as that defensive front stayed with it. Denzel Johnson was tracking Sprinkle.
Well, Denzel Johnson was there for the defense on the receiver, and Trevone Howard was there for the quarterback. And probably an incomplete pass was the best thing that could happen to Arkansas there, because TCU was in perfect position to defend that play.
3rd and 4 coming our way here. Pick up the pressure. Allen. Caught. Touchdown. Jeremy Sprinkle.
Well, you just can't throw this ball in any better place than Austin Allen did. He threw it up high where his 6'5" tight end could go get it. The cornerback, Jeff Gladney, had no chance because of where the ball was thrown. It's either your guy catches it or it goes out of bounds.
Cole Hedlund. So Sprinkle gives them the touchdown lead, and now TCU must match. Kenny Hill. Speed option. Pitch. Hicks.
Good first
and
play.
A good gain for Hicks as he picks up 9 yards there.
First time they showed that play the entire game, and it pays off. Great gain on first down. 2nd and short, you got a lot of things you can do. Turpin is in the slot to the bottom of the screen. 3 wide receivers. He's the middle receiver.
And Hill, of course, can run it. Inside screen. Turpin gets loose again. First down, TCU.
Tell you what, they ran a nifty reverse to Turpin last week. They showed it already on film, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't pull it out.
Hill with time. Quick strike. Incomplete. He wanted Williams.
Ball was a little bit low, but a catchable pass. Williams again very quiet tonight. 11 catches last week. No catches tonight.
Second down. Keep it on the ground with Hicks. And it'll be 3rd down from the 13-yard line. Could get a first down at the 1, but 7 is what they desire here.
Nice play by Santos Ramirez coming up from his strong safety position on that play. 3rd down and long. Obviously 4-down territory. You don't have to get it all in this play, and you can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. So you have 2 plays to get 10 yards or a touchdown here.
Porter's at the top of your screen. He's a big 6-foot target, 6'4" target. Hill trying to extend the play to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Williams! Williams finally breaking through.
Well, that's all Kenny Hill. Buying time, eluding pressure, and the whole time he's dancing in the pocket with his feet, his eyes are towards the end zone downfield. He's not looking at the rush. He's looking down the field, and he spotted Taj Williams in the back of the end zone
now,
for a touchdown.
remember what happened, Todd, moments ago. But this time, clean as could be for Ryan Graff. Double overtime.
Again, watch Kenny Hill move, elude pressure, but never took his eyes off of downfield. And for the first time tonight, he connects with Taj Williams, and it couldn't have come at a better time for the Frogs.
Good. So much fun ending. And they're having a blast here. As moments ago, Taj Williams hauled in the touchdown reception, and young Ryan Graff, who had one blocked in regulation, put through the extra point, and we're headed to double overtime.
TCU right back on offense. Kenny Hill now 373 yards passing and a touchdown, 93 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns.
So now TCU's offense right back out there. It starts second overtime. Hill quickly getting it out to Gray. And Gray is forced out at the 21. Hicks, not much there at all as the defensive line held their ground. Sosa again coming up big.
See, they take their main guys out on second down. They've been trying to use this strategy. Now on third down, they bring Wise, Ledbetter, Johnson, and Beanham back in the game. They're starting front 4 to try to get to the quarterback.
Hill on 3rd and 5. Overthrows into the outside of Turpin. Now this is a tricky spot for TCU as they're going to send out Ryan Graff, the inexperienced place kicker, as they've been trying to settle on somebody to replace Jaden Oberchrome, who was so good in his career. Graff was blocked in regulation. Hit a 32-yarder last week. This a 37-yarder. And that was well struck. But will it be enough?
Interestingly, Arkansas didn't have their same field goal rush team on the field that they did at the end of regulation. They went to more of a safe defensive unit, and now they find themselves down by 3.
Knowing exactly what they need. You know, you consider the trajectory of both these programs. TCU, a team that many think, many had as a trendy pick in the Big 12. Arkansas, a team that keeps growing and building that foundation of Rhett Bielema's master plan brick by brick, knocking on the door of the SEC West. What a big one this is. Who will be the victor? Arkansas, 3 to force another overtime, 6 to win it. Little jet action this time as Reed gets the corner, still on his feet, fighting his way down towards the 10-yard line.
Well executed edge rush. You don't get a lot of edge rushes against the speed of this TCU defense. But that time Reed on the jet sweep, able to turn the corner and get a nice gain for a first down.
So at the nose of that ball on the 10-yard line, it is 1st and goal. Touchdown wins it for the Hogs. Williams. Only a yard. For a moment, it looked like he was going to come out the other side of that, but Sammy Douglas was waiting on him. Douglas has had a nice night.
He sure has. He really has. He's been very active from his will linebacker position, timing his run blitzes and his run throughs exceptionally well.
A 17 tackle night against this Arkansas team. 2nd and goal.
Sprinkle and Morgan.
Fakes the pitch. Allen to the 5-yard line. He goes to Cantrell. It'll be 3rd and goal from there.
Boy, you wonder why Cantrell went to the ground. It wasn't that low of a pass that he had to. If he stays on his feet, he might be able to run this into the end zone. Maybe not.
Allen on the ground, trying and pushed through for the win.
What an incredible effort by Austin Allen. There were some blockers out there that didn't necessarily get great blocks, but Austin Allen would not be denied. We've seen Kenny Hill run into the end zone on design quarterback runs. Watch the individual effort of Austin Allen. He just fights through about 5 TCU defenders and would not be denied at the goal line. A safe call, but a good call, and a great effort by the quarterback, Austin Allen.
And a great extra effort by his center, Frank Ragnow, to make sure the stamp was put on it. Number 15 goes down at home. Holly.
Well, Coach, late in this ball game, you have to take the ball down the length of the field for another go-ahead drive. How calm was your quarterback in that situation?
What, he grew up a lot today. I think our guys did. Hats off to TCU. Gary's, what he's built here is unbelievable. Honored to be a part of it. Glad to represent the SEC today.
As I was trying to figure out what play you'd run on that last play right there, I didn't think quarterback sneak. What did you think there?
Well, Austin's got a good set of wheels. We want to let him showcase. We got athletic quarterbacks at Arkansas, so a lot of fun. Great program victory. Now we got to buckle up, get ready for Texas State and then the SEC.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Woo Pig.
Woo Pig Suey indeed. SEC and Big 12 put on a show in prime time. Worthy of a kneel down and accolades, isn't it? 41-38. Austin Allen with 3 passing touchdowns and 1 glorious moment of a game-winning rushing touchdown. It happened in extraordinary fashion. A blocked field goal by 6'10" Dan Skipper got us to overtime. And then in overtime, little brother Austin Allen. Money for the Hogs. Arkansas's 2-0. 15th ranked TCU's caught a loss. Let's get you to Alan Bestwick out in Eugene, Oregon.